And now it is time for our Bay Area baseball bit. I am joined by my boy, Alan Stiles, the best baseball analyst in the Bay Area. Alan, how you doing?
I'm good, Jason. I'm good. Grant, happy to be here.
Awesome. Now, the Giants, they're gearing up for a playoff run. Best record, in the majors going forward. Who do you think is the most important player on this roster for the Giants to achieve what the fan base wants them to achieve?
Yeah, and a lot of the fan base thinks that this is World Series or bust. I understand where they're coming from, but I also understand the other side of it. For me, on the offensive side, it's got to be Tommy La Stella, because in this age of the three true outcomes in baseball, walks, strikeouts, and home runs, Tommy La Stella always puts the bat on the ball. And you can say everything you want about the Astros and the Dodgers. One thing is for certain. When the playoffs come, they put the bat on the ball and they put pressure on the defense. And that's exactly what Tommy La Stella does. So I think he's going to be extremely important to this offense for this playoff run and hopefully a World Series run. And on the defensive side, it's got to be Logan Webb. This guy, look, it's going to be an ace by committee. We loved what Kevin Gausman did in the front half. Doesn't seem like he's going to be the same guy in the second half. But Logan Webb, if he picks up the slack there, they're going to be okay. So those are my two most important people for the Giants' big run coming forward.
Yeah, Logan Webb has been playing really well as of late. Now, the A's, they're just coming off of a brutal stretch against the Yankees, the Mariners. It's been tough. They are a couple games out of the second wild card spot. Just a week ago, they were in the playoffs pretty firmly. Is it over for the A's, or can they right the ship?
They can right the ship. If they can stay around and get through this, they have another series against the White Sox. If they can get through that, after that, they have the Rangers and the Royals who, there's nothing to write home about there. So if they can hang around against the White Sox and then do what they need to do against the Rangers and the Royals, they'll be okay. But it is getting sticky, and you don't want to be in a position where you are looking around to see who's winning, who's losing. That's exactly where the A's are right now. So you just got to win and pray. That's honestly all you have to do.
All right, back to the Giants. They just had their 9-series win streak snapped by the Atlanta Braves. Now they come home for 4 against the Brewers and then 3 against the Dodgers. Is this next 7-game stretch the biggest stretch of their season?
I believe it is. And it is sad to think that this miraculous, incredible season could come down to these 2 weeks. But sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. When we look at what the Dodgers have done, they just haven't lost. And that's the problem. If it wasn't for the Giants, the Dodgers would have run away with this division the same way the other division leaders have run away with this division, or their divisions. But the Giants have hung around, and I do think that whoever comes out, specifically, I know you talked about the Brewers series, but whoever comes out of that Dodgers series, Dodgers-Giants series, whoever comes out with the lead of the NL West will win the NL West, whether it's the Giants or the Dodgers. I don't think they're going to let it go. There's enough bets on both sides of it that they're not going to let it slip away, and hopefully that's the Giants.
Yeah, we have some fantastic baseball coming up. Now, Alan, I got to tell you, I got absolutely pummeled on Twitter last week. It was on Thursday. I'm watching A's, Yankees. I'm anticipating a big crowd. The Yankees, a global brand, and the A's in the midst of a playoff race against the Yankees. And I turn it on. There's only 8,000 people at the Coliseum. 5,000 of those people reportedly Yankees fans. Now, I know there's a long history between the fan base and this ownership, and I understand why fans wouldn't support this team anymore. But I posed a question: should fans be upset if the A's leave if you're no longer supporting them anymore? And I got killed for that. But I think it's a legit question. Should A's fans even care at this point if they're not even going to games to show up for whatever reason they are? I'm not saying whether they're right or wrong.
It's a sticky situation, to put it very lightly, extremely lightly. But look, I was there on Thursday. I was at the game, and there weren't a lot of people there like you talked about earlier. And most of them were Yankees fans. So I sound like the biggest fence sitter in the world. That's typically not who I am. But I get the side of it as we're not going to show up for an owner who doesn't care about us, who doesn't want to understand where we're coming from. But at the other side and on the other side of it, you have to show up to make him feel like we should keep the A's here. So it was a bad look for Oakland in general when it comes to the A's specifically. You got a bunch of fans, and majority, I'm going to say, if I'm being honest with you, Jason, 65, 70% Yankees fans. The Yankees win. The A's are struggling right now. It's tough, but I can understand why fans don't want to support in that way. But they need to understand that if you don't support, you might be losing the last team that you have in Oakland, and you already lost the Warriors, and you already lost the Raiders. So after that, you have nothing left. And it's just a tough situation to be in, but I understand both sides of it. Like I said, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, you're right. It's certainly tough. One person who we do know will show up, Alan Stiles on KRON 4's Bay Area Baseball Bit, bringing the heat as usual. That's your look at the Bay Area Baseball Bit. We'll be right back after a quick break.